That's the one. We've got our first mirror, and it looks a right scaly little banger, it does as well. I'm stunned by it, how nice it looks for a day ticket lake. What a way to start the morning, and what a way to finish the session here at Crowsheath. Join me at Crowsheath Fishery in deepest, darkest Essex. We've just arrived and we've got 48 hours, and I've had a little bit of a walk round just to try and figure out where the fish are, because I've never been here before. I'm quite impressed with the lake. It's bigger than what I thought it was, and we found some fish behind me in this little bay out there. So I reckon a quick bite might be on the cards, so I'm going to unload the gear, get the rods out and see if we can nick a quick bite before we get all sorted and set up for the night. Okay, so I'm just knocking up a couple of rigs just to get them out there straight away. A couple of little multi-rigs, not too far off the bottom, not great big ones like that, right quite low, because it's quite hard ground out there. There's no weeds, so I don't want a great big rig out there. I want something quite low. So I'm just going to knock them up. Couple of fluoros out there, singles out there for the time being, not going to introduce any bait at all. Maybe a bit later on in the evening I'll ping a few baits around or some pellets or whatever, but now I just want to get 3 singles out there and see if we can nick a quick bite. That's the one. Look at the big foam. Okay, 2 of the rods are out. We managed to get them out with singles. 2 different areas, one to the right, just on a little bit of a road, right on the tip before it bends around into another bay. The other one, the middle rod's going to, well, I've put it right at the back of the bay as well, in about 3 foot of water. And the left-hand one, I'm just about to cast out on the point of the island. I've seen 2 or 3 fish show there. I wasn't going to go there first of all, but we've seen 2, 3 fish just poke their heads out there. So I've just got the rod out and leaded it, and it's a lovely clay area there. So we're just about to put that out. So it's 3 different areas. And then we're going to sit back, sort out the carnage of all the mess, and hopefully we're going to get a bite before it gets dark. Out of breath. It's our first one. Has it been out hour and a half, brothers?
Something like that.
Little singles. Got to try and nick a bite straight away when they're there. Best thing to do is just stick a single out there. Just see if you can get a bite. What you got to lose? Nothing. And sometimes it all goes right, and you can reap the rewards. All we've got to do now is get one in, or not get a bite from one of the other rods I've got out as well. But that's bleeping. What, not crazy? Happy days, that's first one. Hour and a half. Right, let's have a look at her. Right, our first one made up with this. It's always nice to get off the mark, isn't it? And I think we've got a few more to come yet. I think it's going to be quite hectic. Well, hopefully, touch wood. Let's not put the kibosh on it just yet, but lovely common, fought like a demon, and testament to Crowsheath. I think we need to catch some of our bigger brothers and sisters. Right, let's get her back, shall we? And get the rod back out. Another bite, that is. Well, we got our first mirror, and it looks a right scaly little banger, it does as well. That was a repositioned rod, the same rod we had the bite, repositioned, foamed up. Just hopefully got to get it in now. That's a lovely one, that is. Well, second bite, and check out this for a banger. Mid-20 mirror, scaly as you like. I'd heard about the Crowsheath scaly mirrors, and this ticks all the boxes, doesn't it? I'm stunned by it, how nice it looks for a day ticket lake. Beautiful, beautiful fish, and this is what we come here for. Happy, we've still got a night, 2 nights left. Wonder how many more we're going to catch. Hopefully some more of these scaly bangers. Let's get the rod back out. As we've got a little bit of a quiet period at the moment, I thought I'd go through the rig with you that I'm using. It's a really simple rig to tie, probably the most simplest of rigs to tie, and it is the multi-rig. Now, the reason I use the multi-rig, apart from it being so easy to tie, is that at this time of year, when there's still a bit of debris on the bottom, and also you're catching a few fish like the venue we're at now, it's very easy to change the hook. So if you put the point over, or you catch a fish and you want to change your hook and get it back onto the spot to continue the feeding spell and hopefully nab another one, then this is the rig for you. You can easily change that hook so easily. Let me just take you through it, how simple it is to tie. First thing you need to do is just get some coated braid, whatever your favourite brand is, 20, 25 pound. Tie a small loop in one end. This is going to be the height of your hook bait. So if you have it 3 inches, that's going to be the height of your pop-up. If you have an inch like this is, that's going to be the height of your pop-up. Now what you do is you strip off, after you've tied that little loop in the top end, strip off your little stripper tool, 1 inch, and this is where you're going to put your lead shot to counterbalance your pop-up. Next thing you want to do is 6 to 8 inches and then tie another loop. Simple as that in the end. Then all you need to do is put on your hook. It's a chob type hook. Just the way it sits, I've found these type of hooks are a lot better suited to this type of rig. And you just put your chod type hook on, put your ring swivel on with your little bait screw, and then put your little loop over the top of your hook, and you're done. All you need to do there is just put on your little hook bait, choice of whatever you want to use, put that onto your rig, and you're done. Simple as that. Cast it out, bit of foam on there, cast it out your spot, and you're done, and you're angling. Go straight for that tree. Get away from there. Straight down in this tree. Just managed to save it from the tree. Whew, that was a bit hairy, that was. Knew where it was going to go, this one. Another one. Well, another common, hard fighting, couple of hours before darkness, got a little bit quiet. Normally we was getting the odd little bleep and seeing a few fish, but we hadn't seen nothing. We was a bit like, is that it for the day? But then we just had an absolute monumental bite, and this little fella popped up. Happy days indeed. That's our third one. A couple of commons and that lovely scaly one. Let's get him, I reckon, back, get the rod out for the night, and we'll have a catch up. Just coming into our first evening, and that wind's changed to a northeasterly, really cold, which surprises me after such a beautiful day today. The sun's out. Just shows you, even at this time of year, it can turn. I'm really happy with that one rod that we've been getting all the bites off of, and that's just been on a single. I haven't put no bait out there at all. So I'm going to leave that as it is. I'm not going to change something if it's working. The other two rods, I'm going to redo them in a minute, but I'm going to put a little bit of bait around them. Fire a few boilies around them, see if we can get them spots working as well. So it's all to play for. We've had a brilliant first day, 3 fish, and let's go into the night and see if we can catch 1 or 2 more.
Near that end of the
I'd have a look if I was you. I would have a look.
no, in the wet stuff. Jammy bugger.
I think I might have miscalculated the wraps. There. By about 4.
Where did it go?
In the tree.
How high up the tree?
20 foot. Look, I've got bits of tree. I can't believe I've got, look, that's the tree. Proper special day, aren't they? Little bundles of joy. Good morning. Very uneventful last night, which was a little bit of a surprise, but not really, because it turned really cold. That northeasterly wind kept on pushing into this bay where we are, and we're fishing shallow water, so it doesn't really surprise me that the fish moved out into the deeper water, probably the other side of the island from where I'm fishing. Sun's just coming up now. It looks like it's going to be another lovely day. With that in mind, and the fish moving back in, because I've started getting a couple of liners, I'm going to leave the rods, because normally on such a prolific venue, I'd probably recast them by now, but because of the liners and the sun coming up, I'm just going to leave them and see what happens this morning. Right, just shows you, we're into another one, that just leaving them out like I said I was going to do. And the fish have moved in and we've managed to get another bite. Same spot again. Oh, lovely, fighting like a demon, what they all do. Let's move this one over there. Oh. Another little common. Go. Another nice common in the net. Here we go, another Crowsheath common. Fought like a demon. And again, on the orange ester fruits. Having a rather good trip, haven't we? Right, let's get him or her back. Let's get that rod back out there again. Now that spring is in full flow, I like to take a variety of different coloured fluoro hook baits. As every carp angler knows, springtime, the carp can't resist a fluoro hook bait. I've taken 3 different colours with me on this trip. Orange ester fruits, Northern Special yellows and Northern Special whites. Now whites are my favourite, and I use these a lot of the times wherever I go, especially in the springtime. But it seems they are the ones which are catching. It's the ester fruits, the orange ones. Just shows you, this time of year, take a few different coloured hook baits. You don't know what's going to work on the day. Every bite I've had so far has been on the ester fruits, the orange colours. So that's telling me on this session, I need to swap over from the white one and the yellow one I've got on the other rods, which aren't that far apart, but swap over to all 3 on the ester fruit. Let's do that now. Let's get that sorted and let's see how the rest of the session pans out. That's my top tip for spring. This time of the year, it's very easy to fall in the trap of putting out loads of bait. The fish are more active, we're seeing them jumping, they're swimming around. But I've never really done any good in the springtime by using lots of bait. I prefer highest attraction, smallest amount of feed. Of course you can put out a few boilies and that, but I like to make them really attractive. So what I do is, with my bottom baits, my freebies, I'll give them a little coating of one of my favourite liquids, Feed Stim XP, which is a stimulant which the fish love. It's a little bit meaty, real nice thin liquid, soaks into your boilies. I'll give them a little coating of that. Then a spring favourite is a green lip mussel, full fat green lip mussel. It's a really good mineral that the fish love. It's very salty and the fish love it. Give that a coating. It's a bit like curing the hook bait. So instead of putting out kilos of bait, I fire out 10, 15 baits, but they're active. They're releasing all the ingredients, they're releasing those liquids into the water column, attracting the fish down. But I don't just leave it there. I use my high track pop-ups as well. Northern Specials, a real favourite of mine. Out of the pot, I've caught loads of fish on them. This time of year, I enhance it with the little sachet that the Northern Specials come with, the little bit of extra booster. I put those on them, give them a good glaze, a good shake, and I use those after they've soaked in for quite a while. Put them out, it's high attract. Of caught loads of fish like that, and that's how I approach my spring fishing. High attract and hardly any feed out there. Just thought I'd give you a little update this evening. Not a lot's been happening today. We have had that one fish, to be fair, but after that little flurry, all that activity, seeing the fish jumping around yesterday and catching a few, I really thought today would continue in that vein, but it hasn't. Weather's been a bit cold, northeasterly winds, shallow water that I'm fishing. It's not surprising really after catching a few that the fish are dispersed from the area. But I'm not going to make any excuses because we've caught some nice ones, a nice scaly one, some nice commons. We've still got another night to go. So here's hoping we're going to put a bigger one on the bank before we go tomorrow morning. What a way to start the morning and what a way to finish the session here at Crowsheath. Lovely 20-pound common. We've had an absolute cracking time here. We've caught some lovely fish, some commons, some mirrors, and this one surprised me really because it was one over quite a bit of bait. The only bite from last night. Expected a few more, but who cares when they look like this. Time to hit the road and get on home and reflect on what a great session that we've had here. And can't wait to come back at some later point. Thanks for having us, Crowsheath, and I can't wait to get back.